the primary thing is they're not winning the line of scrimmage. When was the last time we had with the Philadelphia Eagles say they can't capture the line of scrimmage? And because they can't capture the line of scrimmage, that's the primary reason why they don't have an identity on offense.
Well, last year we saw Saquon Barkley rip off any number of explosive runs. Yeah. This year he's averaging 2.5 yards per carry less than he was at this time last year. I don't know whether that's the wear and tear for all the touches he had last year. I don't know whether that's injuries on the offensive line with Cam Jurgens dealing with a knee and Lane Johnson out with the Frank. There have been a whole host of things, but the fact of the matter is Saquon Barkley himself has half the rushing yards that he did last year. Rex Ryan has said Tank Bigsby looks more explosive than Saquon Barkley. And they just have not gotten any momentum going. All those questions, like there's drama in this city when they were 8-2 before they blew a 21-0 lead to Dallas. Now that they've lost a game like this, if they were to lose tomorrow again, the questions that are going to come up over the course of the day.
Especially if Dallas springs the upset today.
And the team that they're playing, the Eagles, are sort of like flying a magic carpet, right? It's been like a
turnover city.
Turnover city on the defense, and then the ascension of the young quarterback, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, you said it. This is a Chicago Bears team that no matter how many games they win, we continue to look at them and say, well, they can't be for real. And I think this is a big game for them. This is an opportunity. You mentioned Caleb Williams. We're seeing him start to play on time. We're seeing the accuracy. We're seeing the development and the trust that Ben Johnson has in him to go out there and make the plays. This type of throw, where he's thrown that before DJ Moore is even out of his break, has been so impressive. And I look at this matchup between these two teams. We talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't turn the ball over. Well, the Chicago Bears, that's what they've done the best on the defensive side of the ball, is creating turnovers. Which side of that's going to win today? That's going to determine the game.
I would say this. If the Bears win this game tomorrow, you know what it does? It makes me sit up in my chair.
Yeah.
Whoa. The Bears are for real.
Right.
Because up to this point, you could make the case like they've been living and dying on the turnovers.
Yeah,
they feast on the turnovers. They're not very good on defense. The quarterback is playing well. But if you go out and play against a Philadelphia Eagles team that you just said, don't turn the ball over. We can say all we want about their offense. The one thing they really do is don't turn the ball over. If they're able to beat Philadelphia, we're going to be having a different discussion about the Chicago Bears.
This is how you shut people like me up, because this is a great fan base that's tired of people like me pouring cold water on everything they've done. They're 8-3, but through 11 games they've been outscored by 3 points. When does that happen? When do you go 8-3 and get outscored in the process? The turnovers are the key. You're 7-1 in one-score games. In your 8 wins, you have 23 takeaways. In your 3 losses, you have 1. Well, guess what? You're running into the team this weekend, tomorrow, that has committed fewer turnovers than anybody in the NFL. The quarterback's only thrown 1 interception all year. If you want to shut people up and get them to believe that you're for real, this is the game you have to go win.
But look, and you speak on behalf of your entire profession, because for a Bears team that's 8-3 to be a 7-point underdog suggests that, the Sharps don't believe in them either. Just a quick thought on this, and then I need to run and get to Josh Pate here. Like, just that for Caleb Williams, whatever happens tomorrow, look at what's happened in a year.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
Think about where he was. I'm choked up just thinking about it. Last Thanksgiving was really the low point of the Bears, right? They fired their coach right after that. It was a complete disaster. Thank you very much. Sorry. Right? I mean, I know they lost the game on the Hail Mary, but really the low point was that game they lost on Thanksgiving against Detroit. Here they are a year later. They're 8-3 and taken seriously.
And a lot of that was because it summed up what was around him, and it summed up the mismanagement of the game and just everything that he was dealing with. And now you give him Ben Johnson, and we're seeing him get better each and every week. And I think it's amazing because you guys point. Chicago wins this game, we're still going to come in the next day and we're going to say, damn, well, what about Philly?
Yeah. And to your point, it was 1 year ago on Black Friday that they fired Matt Eberflus.
That's right.
So 1 year later, they're playing in Philadelphia with a chance to make a statement a year after they fired their head coach, turned it over to Ben Johnson, and put themselves in the position to be where they are today at 8-3.
So that's tomorrow. There's also a huge college game tomorrow, among the many, and that's the home short week. Part of me feels like the answer to that could be yes.
Yeah, definitely. And you look at, to your point, the way they're playing right now and how big of a game this is for Dak Prescott with Patrick Mahomes on the other side of it. I got to imagine for them as an offense this week, you're talking about Javonte Williams in the backfield when you're saying we got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the outside. After the games that we've watched Pickens have, if the Kansas City Chiefs come in and they try to take him away, well, the guy wearing number 88 needs to step up after 3 drops a week ago. He needs to be the guy today to have a huge game.
And Brian Schottenheimer said as much this week.
Yeah.
He said after CeeDee Lamb dropped, we're going back to 88. We believe in 88. We're counting on 88. And Lamb is on the menu today in Dallas. Lamb.
Shotty has pushed a lot of the right buttons so far, and there's that. And then maybe the most impressive thing he did, this has come up here all week. Down 21-0, he never strayed from his game plan. They didn't get one-dimensional. They stayed balanced. They kept running the ball. He knew they had plenty of time. So that's the beauty of this thing. The Cowboys have a balanced offensive attack. Kansas City, they tend to get away from the running game. Last week, they ran it a lot more. So it'll be interesting to see if Kansas City uses the running game today.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Kansas City Chiefs had to throw the kitchen sink at that game because they absolutely needed to win that game. Okay, they will be well served to try to do that again. Here's the problem, though. You're going to be out your Pro Bowl guard and Trey Smith, and you're going up against the teeth of that Cowboys defense with Quentin Williams, who's playing as well as any defensive lineman in the National Football League right now. So I think the biggest thing this thing is going to come down to, it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes. It's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, and can this Cowboys defense pressure or get him on the ground? If they don't, he's going to pick apart, like you talked about earlier, how you talked about the prop.
Nickel and
he's
dime
going to pick this Cowboys team apart if they can't get him on the ground.
One final thing before we smash the helmets and make picks on all three games. You have made the point repeatedly. People look at this, Dallas at home, big advantage on Thanksgiving. Historically, what?
3-11 against the spread the last 14 years. One thing you know more than anything else when it comes to Thanksgiving, you bet against the Dallas Cowboys. And on top of that, favorites have performed very well in this spot. So it's two things working against the Cowboys here.
Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite. The Cowboys historically not good at home. Cowboys desperately need it. All the games today have all kinds of juice. And so let's take a look at them the way only we can. Get this man a mallet. Let's smash the helmets. Welcome to the most dangerous segment. Big man, tiny helmet. Oh, it hit me right in the chin. Yeah. Oh.
The analysis is over, people.
All right, here we go. We got 3 games to smash today. Protective eyewear is all in place. Here we go. We'll start with Cowboys-Chiefs, which is down on this end here. Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite. D. Wood will smash the loser.
Did you hide?
Right behind you. Right behind you.
The other way.
It never goes that way.
And the face mask stayed here. You've got the Cowboys to win today.
I think with all the notoriety, with the two matchups at the quarterback position, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's not going to want to get outplayed by Patrick Mahomes, who's coming back home to play on Thanksgiving Day. I think Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. You talk about having Lamb. Let's see if Lamb will be served in this game.
The fact that we have so many stars up on that screen does not make me feel good. And Joe is the one going the other way. We will see. Okay, next one is we go to the early game. We got the Packers are an underdog in this game, actually. The Lions, right, are a 3-point favorite in this game at home. So we smashed the losing team. Here we go. Ooh,
Again.
I heard go.
Oh, it's over there.
They're all going that way. They're all going at Fortenbaugh. It's his first time in here.
Well, he's hiding behind
So you
me.
like the Lions to win
I'm going with the Lions in this game. The Lions absolutely need to win this game. If they want to have any shot at winning the division, they absolutely have to have it. You got to give me a healthy dose of a feeding of Jahmyr Gibbs in this game. You got to protect Jared Goff because that front of Green Bay is going to be a problem.
I'm Oppo Fortenbaugh on every pick so far today. I don't feel good about that at all.
You've had a hell of a year. What are you talking about?
That's not true. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that at all. My last one, the game tonight, the Ravens, I believe, are like a 7-point favorite in this game. We got the Ravens and the Bengals in Baltimore tonight. Go ahead.